the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How high? No, high
Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
What the fuck?
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Happy Saturday. Welcome back to your favorite stream on the internet. Coming hot off of a win for the Seattle Seahawks. They beat down the Niners by a score of 41-6. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I am your very happy co-host, Malin Dennis.
And sitting on top of the mountain, looking down at all the 12s as the Emerald City shines. It is from the 253 G Money.
It is just the Three Musketeers tonight, folks. June is off enjoying his Saturday evening, doing something. But the three of us are here to recap this game and the one that was on earlier today. So we're going to start right off with the Seahawks win here, since that's obviously the game that just ended. Sam Darnold and the Seahawks taking the dub at home with quite ease, folks. Sam Darnold himself, he had 124 yards in the air, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker here, he had a hell of a game, 116 yards, 3 touchdowns. Seahawks, literally from the opening kickoff, were just all over the Niners. So, Malin, I will start with you here. What was the Seahawks kind of driving force in this win here?
Seahawks driving force was a little thing they call belt to ass. That's what they did the whole game, belt to ass. Niner fans are funny, man. It was just like 13, 14 days ago where Brock Purdy was coming off of scoring 10 touchdowns in 2 games, and Niner fans thought they had a chance, and we beat them 13-3 to get the 1 seed, and then they beat the Eagles, and they were chirping all week, man. Oh, we got Trent Williams is back. That's going to make a difference. We get Ricky Pearsall back, and be another big difference. All the talk from the opening kickoff, Rashid running it 97 yards for a touchdown. You just kind of knew at that moment that the Niners were on their heels the whole game. Like, they were in a position to have to go for it on 4th down so many times. I mean, the fact that they didn't even punt the ball until like 5 minutes left in the game is kind of silly to me, the way that this game worked out. But everyone kept saying, "Oh, Sam Darnold, he's going to choke. He's going to have a bad game." He had 110.9 rating, man. Like, yeah, he only threw for 124 yards, but when you're starting hit the 50 damn near every time, you don't need to do a lot, especially when you're running the ball 33 times for 175 yards and a 5.3 average. It just snowballed on them. I loved it. Couldn't have happened to a better fan base. Fuck those people down there in San Francisco. And I'll kiss my ass. The Niners can kiss my ass. Purdy can kiss my ass. They all, there's room on my ass cheeks for all of them to pucker up at this point. And these sons of bitches talking all this shit all year. We beat you week 1. Shut the fuck up. Fuck that fan base. Fuck that team. They should go jump on power lines instead of practicing next to them.
G-Money, what do you think was the driving force behind the Seahawks win tonight?
The defense. They accounted for 4 turnovers, and as Megan alluded to, the Niners could not sustain a drive. I mean, before you knew it, it was 21-0. And then, it was just crazy. I mean, I'm sorry, 17-0. And they kicked field goal 17-3. We score again. And it's just, as a Seahawks fan, you knew that the game was over. You could see the game was over. We won both lines of scrimmage. And yes, Sam Darnold didn't have to carry the team. And really, we haven't needed him to do that. So whether or not national media will say that he's erased his demons from last year or not, who cares? We're playing in the NFC Championship game. Our defense is legit. You can't fucking run on them. You can't throw on them. I mean, we shut them down. And we shut them down week 8. We shut them down the last week of the season when we took the number 1 seed. I would not want to face this defense next week. And whether it be the Rams or the Bears, I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. I think maybe the Rams might put up a few more points than the Bears, but man, that defense should scare you. It should scare any team coming into Lumen Field that they've got to try and move the ball on them. And offensively, we've been doing something that we've wanted to do in about 3 years, and that's run the ball down an opposing team's throat. Just run it, and then we'll throw the ball a few times, but just pound you deep. Sound like a porno film. We're going to pound you deep, pound you hard.
Yeah, we did that. Hey, another thing, they had 3 turnovers, but they don't count turnover on downs as a turnover, but I think they had 4 turnovers on downs at the same time where they just we just had them locked, man. That defense is special, man. They're fast, they fly everywhere. They just, I don't know. I love it. Jennings, what did he say? He wanted to play the Seahawks. That's who they wanted. Said he can't wait. Okay, was that because he wanted to get to Cancun faster?
Yeah.
Has he got a flight from Seattle? Bitch ass. They wanted it and they got it. Ass whooping.
I've got to give full credit to Mike McDonald in this game because, man, did he have a game plan ready to go. Seemed like the same game plan from 2 weeks ago. He doubled down on it and was like, I got y'all. Because the 49ers could just do absolutely nothing right when they had the ball in their hands. Brock Purdy, he was 140 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. It was a night to forget for old Brock the Rock there. So
yeah, all that shit about him being undefeated and Lumen Field and all this shit. Shut up, man. They scored 9 points in 2 games against us in 14 days.
That's crazy.
9 points. They scored a total of 26 in 3 games. Yeah, keep acting like Shanahan's offense is gonna. Yeah, shut up. I don't want to hear it. And I don't want to hear injuries either. I don't want to hear injuries. Why? Because they were chirping the whole fucking time. Even with all their injuries, they're going to come into Lumen Field and beat the Seahawks. And now afterwards, especially all the fans on social media right now, is like, well, injuries were too much to overcome. Like, shut your bitch ass up. You were saying when you got Ricky Purcell back or Purcell or Duracell, whatever the fuck his name is, that he was going to be a difference maker, that Trent Williams was going to be a difference maker. And I don't know, what is this, 8 games in a row that McCaffrey hasn't averaged 4 yards a carry in a game. He got his shoulder blown up and had a stinger and whining like a little bitch too. All them, man. I don't want to hear no excuses from that fucking fan base.
So if you guys had the game ball right now, who would you be giving it to?
Ooh. I
That's a
mean, I
good.
guess I would put it if I can't give it to Mike McDonald and I got to give it to a player, I'd probably give it to Rashid for just the way he started that game with that 97-yard kickoff. And then, he also had that run. It was like a 30-yard run or something like that where they did
Mhm.
a end around.
Mhm.
He caught a couple passes there. Even Cooper Cup, man, I think he had like 6 catches off of 7 targets or like 60 yards receiving. He was coming in clutch every time. You could also give a game ball to Kenneth Walker, 19, 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. Blew my parlay up when Charbonnet went down. But he looks okay. Like he was out there on the bike, but I needed 2 touchdowns from Charbonnet. Just like in fantasy, back the wrong running back for the parlay. That happened all fucking year. But yeah, even Smith and Jigma scored a touchdown, man. Like it was just everybody that should touch the ball,
Yeah.
touch the ball. The Niners defense couldn't do anything. Um, all they could do was bitch and moan and whine. And
G Money, who was your game ball going to?
I'm looking at 2 players. I love defense. So D-Law, right, for 2 tackles, a sack, 2 forced fumbles, and then Ernest Jones, who had the pick, a sack. I mean, defense just played crazy, right? He had a forced fumble too. So I'd look at defense, man. And you could definitely go K9. It's just tough, who stood out? Everybody stood out. I mean, that defense was just smothering, and D-Law being as old as he is, that the Cowboys didn't want anymore. Yeah, how did that work out for them? Where's June when you need him so he can cry?
I know. Yeah, hey, you know what? This is at least one team in the NFL where June can't bitch about a secondary. They're balling out, and that's the crazy thing that you were bringing up, G Money, is that like you'd love to, like give the game ball to the defense, but everyone played so well tonight on defense that like they all had a piece of that cake. I'd like to give a game ball to Brock Purdy and his bitch ass, with throwing interception, fumbling the ball. You want to know how sad it got for the commentators? Did y'all see the stat at the end of the game where they were like, Brock Purdy may have only thrown for 140 yards, but on 33 attempts, he had 433 air yards. It's like, I have never in my life
So
seen a
what's the
stat where they talk about air yards on non-completed passes. He's such a warrior. He's such a warrior running around out there. 33 attempts, 433 air yards. Shut up. He was crying on the sideline. That's my ass.
That is when you know
I mean,
you've run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, Tom Brady was like, give me something, man. Give me something to
Yeah,
talk about.
I mean they were trying towards the end there when they were talking about when they start thanking the whole production crew. It's been a boring game.
Yeah, with like 9 minutes left. They're like, let's go ahead and talk to the. The crazy thing is that not Peyton Manning, but Tom Brady. I think he's only had one playoff loss that could rival what Brock Purdy went through tonight. And I don't know if you guys remember when New England played Baltimore one year. I forget what year it was. I don't know if it was 2011 or something like that.
2010.
2010 or something, but they went into Baltimore and they just got rough shot like 40 to nothing or 40 to 3. Like it was bad. Um but like so Tom Brady was talking about, like what it's like, to have a playoffs loss like that. And for a minute I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Brady? Like you won 7 Super Bowls. Like what do you and then I remembered that Baltimore game. I was like, okay, I guess he remembers that one. Every other one I think he lost was close. Um But yeah, Shanahan looks like he's about to do a line of crack. her Coke, a line of Coke after.
Damn,
I
Coke, yeah.
think he's about to do it. He's probably already doing it. Looks like he's lost weight. That Coke will get you, man.
Is there
Cool.
anything else you guys want to mention on this game before we move to the earlier one?
I just want to say again that Jennings, you wanted the smoke. You apparently wanted that belt. You didn't get spanked as a toddler enough, so you wanted an ass whooping up in Seattle, and you got it. And so I know the rest of America wasn't very happy watching that game. It wasn't very thrilling for them, but it was amazing for myself and G Money and every other Seattle fan. So,
I mean, Lenore was talking a lot of smack too before they came up here to play. I don't recall hearing his name spoken at all during the game. Not making a
until he
great
dropped that
play.
pass, bullet hit him in the shoulder pad, and he dropped that pass. Remember that one on third down? That's cute.
I pray that my Patriots can have a similar outcome tomorrow afternoon. That would be phenomenal.
There's going to be a lot of coping tonight in San Fran. There's going to be a lot of dicks and ass to try to get over this loss.
That's right. That's right.
In the earlier window, we had a thriller between the Broncos and the Bills. Went to
Crazy ass.
overtime, 33-30, with the Broncos advancing to the AFC Championship game. Bo Nix, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a broken bone in the man's ankle to go with it all. Really unfortunate. No idea where he suffered that at exactly, but
It was the second last play of the game when he ran to the left before they kicked the field goal. When he got tackled,
oh,
they tackled him by the feet, and he did like a little lunge thing, and then they showed him like wincing and kind of hopping on the sideline as they were kicking the field goal to win it. But yeah, second to last play of the game.
damn.
You were already inside the 10. You just kicked the field goal, you'd be healthy. Good postseason for him though. One game, that's cool.
Yeah.
He won a playoff game, which he never did with Oregon.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah. On
Now
the
we
other
can-
side, Josh Allen, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, a fumble in there. It was
He had 2 fumbles.
2
2
fumbles.
fumbles.
He actually had, I think he
Damn
had
near
3,
three, yeah.
but he recovered one of them. Yeah.
4 turnovers, man. Weren't they hopping up the fact that he hadn't had a turnover in 4 or 6 playoff games up until today?
Mm-hmm.
And then he
Yeah.
fumbled the ball, and they're like, "Oh, well, he hasn't thrown an interception in 6 games."
Boom.
2 drives later, throws an interception. They're like, "Well, we can't talk about this stat anymore." They're like,
Yeah. Do you guys think for the Bills, who do you put this loss on primarily? Is it Josh Allen?
Yeah, definitely. You turn the ball over that many times, and you let Denver hang in and play. Yeah, it's most definitely on Josh Allen. I mean, that defense. I know I had said this on our show Wednesday. For Buffalo to win, they need to keep Denver under 120 yards rushing. They only had, I believe, 70 yards rushing. And Buffalo rushed for 178, I think. I mean, so it was 183.
Yeah.
I probably didn't count 5 yards from somewhere. But no, I mean, you do what you need to do to win. But I think Josh Allen just felt like he needed to be the Superman he was in the first playoff game. And that just wasn't the case, He didn't need to do. I mean, he was the one fumble when he was running the ball. He was probably 25 yards down the field, and they slapped it out of his hand. I'm like, dude, put that ball away. I mean, at this point, run like a running back.
That
You
led to
know?
3 points at the end of the first half. I mean, the Broncos
Yeah,
scored 2 points in 22 seconds.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, and we're talking about they lost the game by 3 points.
Right.
And also, like another one, they were on like what the 30-yard line, and he throws an interception down at like the 2 or something like that. He tried to fit a ball in there. Like it wasn't just that he turned the ball over; it's that his turnovers directly led to them losing points and giving points to the other team.
Yeah.
And you hate to say that it's his fault, like because he does play his ass off. Um, but I mean, it's like you know what the narrative is going to be for
Yeah.
Josh Allen going forward. You know, Mahomes wasn't here, Lamar Jackson wasn't here, Burrow wasn't here, and he still can't get past the divisional round.
Yeah.
You know, even when they changed the overtime rules, you know, because they did that because of the KC game, right? And he is
Mhm.
one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He really is, and he had him in position to win the game. I mean, there was a lot of fourth quarter lead changes at the end of that game. Like he put that cape on. He was doing that Superman shit. Even at the end of the game, even with all the mistakes that he had made, he still like had him in position to get there. But yeah, when you turn the ball over 4 times and it leads to them getting points and you not getting points, and you only lose by 3 in overtime, yeah, you kind of got to put it on his back, and I think that he would say the same thing. I mean, he was crying at the podium, and I don't blame him. That's got to be a lot of emotion,
Yeah.
you know. But all the people are talking about, well, Mahomes wasn't there, and all these people. Well, at least he got there with no roster. He got 12 wins out of a team. You know, like he played well, and I think that you're very thankful, Jalen, the way that things unfolded today. Not that you're wishing injury on anybody, but you don't have to face the Bills. You don't have to face a division rival. And if you make it past the Texans, you're playing Jarrett Stidham on the other side of the ball as quarterback. I mean, it couldn't have worked
Yeah.
out better
Right.
for the Texans and Patriots. But yeah. Tough
Yeah,
loss.
I really thought that with when the Broncos scored near the end of regulation and they still left, it was like 55 seconds on the
55
clock.
seconds, yeah.
I was
Way
like,
too much.
F, like, come on. This is 3 timeouts, 55 seconds. This is exactly
All
what
day
we
for him.
didn't want to happen. And there was I'm pretty sure that was a drive where there was like a missed PI call. It was pretty blatant, I'm not going to lie.
Mhm.
But sent the game to overtime, and there was some kind of weird calls going on both sides.
That interception was still really weird to me, Jalen, where he had the ball, he's on his back, and the defender rolls over him and takes the ball from him, and it's an interception. And they're saying that like he didn't have control, but like when he hit the ground, he had 2 hands on it. Like I guess I mean, Seattle had the Fail Mary call. It, you know, but that was such a weird turning moment because you thought that, oh well, for sure they're right up in there. They're gonna get some points, win this game or whatever, and it just didn't materialize the way that you thought it would in overtime for them. I mean, they would have been in field goal range easy
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
in overtime. So that was a really weird play to me. I guess it was an interception. That's just one of those fluke things you never see. And of course,
Right.
Tony Romo was flabbergasted. He's flabbergasted by everything. Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Fucking
I
moron.
didn't know what to make of it. It was just very weird. Where I'm like, I don't like. Even now talking about it, I don't know like how I thought that should have gone either way. But
In my opinion, there's been plenty of times where someone's made a catch, they're on their back, and the ball comes out and it ends up in someone else's hands, and they're like, no, down by contact. And I failed to see a whole lot in replay that shows that he didn't hit his back with both hands on the ball, and you should be down in that moment. Like I don't know what else needed to happen. He should have been down by contact with both hands on. In my opinion, I don't know. I'm not a rules expert. Whatever. But
For the Broncos, how do you guys think that they should feel going forward? Now, franchise quarterback is now out, and you just come off this crazy win. You're still at home. You got that going for you. How do you think that the Broncos, rest of that team, should feel?
Like they're, like I don't know, like we've all seen the meme with the dog in the room and it's on fire, and they're like, "This is fine. It's not fine." I mean, Jarrett Stidham's your backup quarterback. I know you got a hell of a defense, but you only ran the ball for 70 yards, and 29 of those were from Bo Nix. I mean, you had next to no running game against the Bills. So I don't see a whole lot of anything that shows me that you're going to be able to move the ball against the Texans or the Patriots. I mean, God, if the Texans somehow beat the Patriots and it's the Texans rolling in there into Mile High with that defense, I mean, just it's going to be like Rocky Four. Just throw the damn towel. Apollo Creed's about to die, man. It's going to be rough. But I think both defenses are going to end up getting the better of that Broncos offense, at least enough to probably win. Because the Broncos do have a good defense. But same time, they did give up 30 points. I don't know.
They did, but they got 5 turnovers. So, I mean, I think going into the AFC Championship game as a team, you're like, okay, we'll rally around Stedham. Sean Payton will figure out a game plan for him, and they will. They will heavily rely on their defense to keep the other team in check, and hope they can get their running game going. Because if you can get if your defense plays lights out and you can get your running game going, you can win the game. But if your defense is just kind of playing okay and your running game doesn't exist and you have to rely on Stedham to take the team on his shoulders and win that game for you, then you got problems. Because doubtful that will happen.
It has happened before where a backup quarterback has led a team to Super Bowl. I mean, hell, Jeff Hostetler did it with the Giants. I think back in 1990, Gary, when Phil Simms went out, and he played a couple games.
He did
in there, like he wasn't just going in there in the championship game. I can't remember where this has happened before, where you lose your quarterback in the divisional round and then you turn around with a backup in the championship game and win. I don't think it's ever happened before.
On the
I
other
don't
side
recall
of
it ever
this,
happening.
For the Bills, what do you think it's going to take for them to finally get over the hump? Because, I mean, in this case, didn't even get to the championship game. But for them to actually just get a Super Bowl berth, what do you think it is that they're, I guess, missing?
Well, they're missing playmakers on offense, not in the running game, but, don't have really any wide receivers of name that you're like, yeah, they're good enough. I mean, Josh Allen is, cooking whatever he can with not a whole lot of ingredients. Cook is a good running back, but he's getting older. You're gonna need more playmakers on offense, but this might end up being one of those types of things to where, like, maybe he never does go to a Super Bowl. I mean, now you got Drake May, and the Patriots back on top in the East. You got young quarterbacks all over the place. In the AFC, I mean, it's not going to get easier for them, and it unless you're Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, who have seemed to, like, fans think, well, it should be easy to get to the Super Bowl. Well, no, we've seen these two do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no one else is been able to go to the Super Bowl, multiple times, except I think Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson are the only other two quarterbacks that have gone multiple times in the last, 15, 16 years. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, it's hard to get there, man, and they maybe it never happens. I don't know.
I mean, it took the Colts with Peyton Manning. What, I think they went to the Super Bowl
In his eighth,
in what? Yeah,
his
eighth
eighth, and
year.
ninth,
So
yeah, because he came in
yeah, because he
'98.
was 98. Yeah, he was drafted in 98. So I mean,
Hmm.
and Malin's right. You have to have playmakers. They've got playmakers on at running back. They just need to have receivers that can stay healthy. And the defense needs to play a little bit better. And breaks have to go their way. I mean, it's not over. Maybe they look at getting another head coach, but I just can't see it now. I can't see you firing your head coach now and then looking out and going, oh, who's out there? Who do I think would be better than what I have? Who's going to take me over that? Take me to the promised land. I think you just need to get more playmakers at wide receiver. Yeah, and probably would be good with another linebacker, maybe a DB who's a playmaker. And then you just have to have luck. You have to have luck sometimes. The ball just has to bounce your way for that to happen. And I know the national narrative is that without Patrick Mahomes, without oh shit, what I draw a blank on the quarterback from
Lamar Jackson.
Baltimore. Which yeah, but even without Lamar Jackson. But then again, I'm thinking, is Lamar Jackson that big of an issue? I don't think so. I think it's more of a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type of issue because that's who's beat him. Joe Burrow's beat him one season, in the playoffs. But Patrick Mahomes has been the one that's beat him in every other playoff game where they've been matched up. So they need luck too. Yeah, they need luck. They need luck. They need to be healthy. And if they could get a playmaker wide receiver, that would help them tremendously. Other than that, he could land up being Phillip Rivers, right? You've got all these other great quarterbacks around you, and you do great things, and maybe you win a playoff game here and there. Maybe you go to an AFC Championship game, but you're not getting to the Super Bowl because your team cannot just get over that hump. They just can't do it. So he could be.
There were plenty of really good quarterbacks in the '80s that never won a Super Bowl because it felt like Joe Montana and the Niners were always having a stranglehold, right? And the Cowboys in the early to mid '90s, there was other quarterbacks and Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and then Patrick Mahomes. Like sometimes you're just a really good quarterback, and there's just another quarterback or another team that's just a little bit better than you all the time. And like G Money said, the game doesn't break your way in the most important times. Like that interception, like Josh Allen put the ball right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Like what else do you want him to do? He had a game where he had 4 turnovers, and yet they were still right there. And then some freak interception happens, and you're like, shit, man. So, and then it became a flag fest at the end of the game too, which I thought was unfortunate. They were penalties. I get it, but it's like it was such a great game for them to get like 50 yards off of penalties on that last drive was kind of a little bit of a buzzkill at the end of that game. But
well, you've got Broncos punch their tickets, Seahawks punch their tickets to the championship games next weekend. We'll see what happens tomorrow with that being said, anything else you guys want to mention before we get up out of here?
Nah. I'm just basking in the win, and I'll be doing the same thing next week when we beat whoever it is that comes up to play us, and then we'll be going to the Super Bowl.
Want to say again, Jennings, you asked for it, what you wanted. Careful what you wish for.
All right, folks, be sure to follow us on social media at AFR Sports on TikTok and Instagram. Both are in the description below. So we will see you all tomorrow night after the Rams and Bears matchup. So have a good Sunday, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace out.